But imagine you're out on the ocean in a small wooden rowing boat or a fiberglass, whatever you like, but it's only about 1.25 meters, 1.5 meters long and a meter wide, and there you are. You look around, there's nothing but ocean. You've got 2 oars and you've got to deal with it. Wow. Imagine that. All the different faces that the ocean has, from a calm day to a stormy day, lightning, rain, wind, being thirsty, feeling lonely, the whole works. It's really quite an awkward situation. I mean, if you were really to imagine what you would feel like being in the middle of the ocean on a little dinghy on your own. A nightmare. And yet, many of us, most of us, the majority by far, we live like that. We try and make sense of life. We try and make decisions. We're not omniscient. We don't know about the future. We just look where we are and we try and learn a little bit from the past. We're covered in the 3 gunas. We're within Maya. We're ignorant of the self. We don't know the importance of human life. We just think, let me get through to whenever I have to pass away and make the most of that time. After death, let's see. Who cares? That's not me. That's a future. So it's a very stressful environment, is it not? Of course it is. Now we shift to a big ocean-going liner, one without gastro problems and all that sort of thing. We're on a modern, big ocean-going liner, and all the facilities are there. And you know that the ship has a very qualified captain who's making all the decisions, and all the helpers all the way through the staff have been trained in their different roles, and it works in a cohesive manner for your experience to be as calm and comfortable as possible. And when a storm does come, well, as you could probably remember in the story, the captain's voice comes over the PA system and he explains, we're entering into the fringe of a storm. It's going to get a bit rocky, folks, so don't walk down the galleyways and byways and highways on the ship. Make sure, if you're going to walk somewhere, of course, then secure by holding the support rails as you go. But you've got nothing to worry about. We know from all of our instrumentation, this is going to take about 30 to 40 minutes to pass through, and then there's calm waters again. So be at peace, but just be careful. Now, in this example, the size of the ship is representative of the depth of the knowledge that you've curated under the guidance of Maharaji through the years or time of association with him and his teaching. The captain's voice is the intellect of Guru. It is Sri Maharaji saying, don't get caught up in all of this worldliness. You can avoid all the stresses and frustrations and anger and ambitions and disappointments and duplicity and hypocrisy. You can avoid all of that if you just listen to the captain's voice, the Guru, advising you. You are the Atma. The soul is an eternal power, eternal, never made, will never be unmade. It is an ansh, a part of the Paramatma, the divine energy, the divine one. And the body that you are inhabiting, you will have to give up. And all of the associated relatives and husband and children and possessions and wealth and all of that, you will eventually just leave behind. Imagine that. We get so spotmatic. We take all the weight on our shoulders. I've got to sort this out. I have to toil, as if you're back in that little rowboat. Nobody else is going to do it but me. And the whole message that comes from Sri Maharaji and Sri Krishna and Radha is surrender to me. Be like a child, a young child to me. Just Do what I tell you. Let me navigate through the tricky waters of Maya. For the Guru says, Sri Krishna also says, they are one and the same after all. I know your past, I know your present, and I know your future, what's coming. So when I give instruction, it may not be obvious to you. In your present moment, you'll think that's not applicable to me. But tomorrow, the day after, the year after, maybe it will become applicable. So the instructions coming from our Maharaji is taking all of the scales into consideration, and he advises. And so all of a sudden, when you hear the soothing balm of the Guru's instructions, our Sri Maharaji, then you start thinking, why am I short-tempered? Why am I frustrated in my job? Why am I thinking I need another partner? Why am I thinking I need more and more and more money? Why do I think I should have this and have that and invest there and get this and get that? Think about this analogy. We self-create the froth of the mind. Through lack of understanding, we make decisions that we have to wear because we're not doing it in harmony with Guru or with Radha Krishna. We're taking self-responsibility. I will sort it. So Sri Krishna says, okay, you sort it. But when you turn towards him, seriously, deeply turn towards him, then he says, okay, I'll take full responsibility for you. I'll guide your ship. I'll give you all the instruction and guidance and knowledge that you need to be safe and sound while under the influence of Maya. And I will take you to the infinite supreme love for which you've been searching for forever in the wrong places. Ananda. Give me love, give me happiness. And all of us think we possess it, so we say, well, if you share with me, I'll give it to you. A pauper saying, I'll give money to another pauper. I'll fix your problems, don't worry. A blind man saying to another blind man, I know the way. An ignorant person saying to another ignorant person, this is what you should be doing. We have everything we need. Everything. Just take a deep breath, remember Radha, put your faith in Maharaji. Go about your daily activity, but they are the aim. Maharaji, Radha Krishna, infinite supreme love is the aim of your life. You've at last understood it. Now practice it. And just see, you'll move from that tiny wee boat to a big boat of profound knowledge, and with the Guru at the helm, advising. Don't worry, my child. Just keep going. Be positive. Reflect why you're doing this. You want to be in the Braj with Radha Krishna, the supreme form of love. You want to be peaceful. You want to have purpose to your life. You want to realize the true nature of who you are. Then you are in the right place. You're on this big ocean-going liner because you've accepted that. Now I'll take you deeper and deeper, make the boat, if you like, bigger, your knowledge deeper. Your experience will be commensurate with the depth of your knowledge. The deeper your knowledge, the more you are accepting the guidance of Sri Maharaji. And the more you accept his guidance, the more humble you become, the more secure in your path you become, the more devotional and loving towards Radha Krishna and Guru you become. And all those other things drop off. Finished. So I just wanted to share that with you. It's been going through my mind and thinking, such a good analogy. So you think about it as I will.